Hi, I'm Dennis Wakabayashi, and today we'll be talking about AI and chatbots, how they affect customer experience, and I have a very special guest, Rob, the Chief Product Officer from DIXA, who's going to share with us their latest innovations and his take on the whole evolution of AI and chat. So with that said, let's get into it. Today we're taking a look at how chatbots have evolved over the years from their humble beginnings in the 1960s to cutting-edge AI-powered bots of today. Let's start at the beginning. In 1964, Joseph Weizenbaum created ELIZA, one of the first chatbots. ELIZA used pattern matching techniques to simulate conversation, and its most famous script was Doctor, which emulated a psychotherapist. Fast forward to the 1970s and we see the development of PARRY, a chatbot that simulated a person with paranoid schizophrenia. PARRY and ELIZA even had a famous interaction via ARPANET, an early version of the internet. In the 1980s, chatbots began using rule-based systems. Reactor, for example, was a chatbot that generated random, often nonsensical text. Jabberwocky, on the other hand, aimed to simulate human-like conversation and learn from our inputs. The 1990s saw the rise of commercial chatbot applications. A.L.I.C.E, delivered by Richard Wallace, used heuristic pattern matching and became the basis for AIML, which allowed developers to create their own chatbots. SmarterChild, developed by ActiveBuddy, was an early example of chatbot on instant messaging platforms. In the 2000s, we saw breakthroughs in machine learning and AI. For example, IBM Watson, a question-answering system, gained fame when it defeated human contestants on the TV quiz show Jeopardy in 2011. And in 2010, Apple's Siri was integrated into the iPhone 4S. The 2010s saw rapid advancements and mainstream adoption of chatbots. Google Assistant, a virtual assistant powered by AI, became available on various devices and platforms, including smartphones, smart speakers, and smart displays. Amazon Alexa, launched alongside the Amazon Echo smart speaker, is a voice-activated assistant that has become widely popular and integrated into numerous smart home devices. Microsoft's Cortana is another virtual assistant that has been integrated into Windows, Xbox, and Microsoft's productivity suite. In 2016, Facebook introduced chatbot integration into its Messenger platform, allowing businesses to develop and deploy chatbots for customer service and other purposes. And from 2018 to 2021, OpenAI developed a series of increasingly powerful language models, culminating with GPT-4, which can generate coherent, contextually relevant text based on a given prompt. So let's talk about the evolution of chatbots and their profound impact on customer experiences. In the past, customers had to call a company's customer service center and potentially wait on hold for a representative to answer questions. This process was often time-consuming and frustrating, especially when the customer had to repeat themselves to different representatives. But with chatbots, customers can receive immediate assistance without having to wait on hold. Chatbots can answer common questions, provide product recommendations, and even help customers with purchases. And because chatbots are available 24/7, customers can get the help they need anytime, day or night. In fact, a recent study found that 40% of customers prefer to use chatbots for customer service, and that number is expected to grow in coming years. So how else are chatbots impacting customer experiences? Well, for one thing, chatbots are becoming even more sophisticated. Thanks to advances in natural language processing and machine learning, chatbots can now understand and respond to more complex questions. They can even use sentiment analysis to detect a customer's mood and adjust accordingly. Another trend we're seeing is the integration of chatbots with other technologies. For example, some companies are using chatbots to enhance their augmented reality experiences. Customers can chat with a bot to get recommendations on which products they want and then try them on in VR. But with all that said, you don't have to take it from me. To help us understand more about the latest advancements in AI chatbots and customer experience, we have Rob, the Chief Product Officer at DIXA, joining us today. All right, so today we have the pleasure of having Rob, the Chief Product Officer over at DIXA. I recently partnered with DIXA because they're doing some innovative work with customer experience all the way from Denmark. And since I'm in the US, I thought it'd be great to ask Rob to be here today to talk a little bit more about what he's doing and help us think about chatbots in the world of customer experience. Hey Rob, how you doing today?
Hey Dennis, thanks so much for having me.
So Rob, before we jump into chatbots and AI, tell me what's going on over at DIXA.
Yeah, Dixa is a customer service platform. It's a conversational customer service platform that was built by agents for agents. So we're in the world of customer service, in the world of customer experience, but we're also really centered on the agent experience, making sure that employees are also engaged and that Dixa is not just a great place to talk to customers, to interact, but it's a great place for you to learn and grow as an agent as well.
Oh wow, that's great. So it's both customer experience and employee experience at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Happy agents mean happy customers, right? So it's a win-win-win.
100%. So let's jump right into it. Can you tell me about the recent innovation you're doing with GPT?
Yeah, so we've been able to leverage GPT. I think everyone's heard of ChatGPT, right? It's this great new natural language chatbot that's out. But GPT is actually a more expansive set of features that developers can tap into to do a lot of really cool stuff. So we're looking at using GPT for a number of things, not just building chatbots, but for building tools that agents can use as well. One of those tools that we recently came out with was a quick response tool that allows agents to essentially create an instant response to customers based on the conversation context and based on a knowledge article that's a best fit for the answer for the customer. So it stays on brand, but it's that instant response. It's human supervised, so you don't have any weird bot level tangents going on. And it's a great tool for agents to make them more productive, but to keep them part of the conversation.
Walk me through it. Walk me through the user experience on that.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we'll take it from the agent side because I think that's actually where it's the most interesting. But if I'm a customer, I reach out with a question, let's say I send an email and now I'm an agent, the email shows up, it's offered to me, and I have to take this question. And generally, as an agent, I'm trying to do a couple of things, right? I'm trying to first understand, hey, what the heck is this customer contacting me about? Like trying to figure out what's going on, and then I have to get the best answer to the situation, right? So what our innovation does is it automatically scans through that conversational context. If the conversation has already been decorated with something like tags so that there's a little bit more information for the agent to work with, that's great. If not, no big deal. We look at the broader conversation context to try to identify what the customer question is about. Then we automatically associate a knowledge article to that question. So if your question is, say, I want to return my shoes, we have a knowledge article that pops up for the agent and gives them the rundown on how a customer needs to return their shoes. What this feature does is it takes the information from the conversation and from that knowledge article, it brings it together into a natural language response. So if I'm an agent, I would usually sit there and write, and it would take me however long it takes me to answer a question, right? Now that's done instantaneously. And as an agent, I can hop in, I can add any personal details that I want to. I can double check if things are as accurate as they should be. I can make sure I wish them a nice day based on, whatever's going on in the world. So it's kind of all the best of the worlds. It's a truly personalized response. It relies on technology to make it fast as heck. And it's also accurate because it's come from your own company's knowledge base. So it's on topic and on brand.
And it does that. So if I'm the customer, I send in this email, the agent gets all of this enhanced capability, and then does the agent respond back through email?
Yeah, so in this case, the agent would respond back to email. And obviously we're looking at ways to do this across multiple channels. So bringing it into live chat, to having bot generated answers in live chat as well.
Gotcha. Speaking of ChatGPT, can you explain to us the difference between ChatGPT and chatbots?
Yeah, so your traditional kind of chatbot, essentially what it does is, it's based on these predefined responses and workflows, which in some cases can be super useful. But ChatGPT is much more, what's a great way to put this? It's more human in a lot of ways. It understands human language. It returns replies in human language. And so instead of going through a specific flow, you can just ask the bot what you need, and it can return a personalized and engaging response to you. The really cool thing about ChatGPT and these other large language models is, they're constantly learning and improving over time based on interactions. So they get more effective. They actually get smarter over time.
Gotcha. So just for clarity, when because Rob, everyone's talking about chatbots, ChatGPT. It's the trend for this season. But my question is, when you as a chief product officer implement, let's say, chat or chatbot or AI, would we be safe to say that AI or NLP or chatbot, they're all the same in terms of, are they all synonymous? How do you as a chief product officer keep all of these terms straight and implement it to be a great customer experience?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, right? Because a lot of times I think the problem that people have is that they can let a particular technology sort of wag the dog, right? So I get obsessed with a certain technology and I try to think of ways to use it, and I forget about the problems that customers actually have, right? As a CPO, what I'm really focused on is thinking about a customer in the middle of the night, right? How do they get the best possible response from a brand, even though their agents are all asleep? Then I do want to use a technology like this. I need to be 24/7 and I want to have an engaging experience for a customer. But there are also experiences that customers have where I really would like to talk to a human. We've all been there, right? We know that experience and that frustration. And in those experiences, I want to leverage this kind of technology to make sure that agent has all context that they can possibly have to have a great conversation with the customer.
Gotcha. So it's sometimes AI and it's sometimes a chatbot, or it's always a chatbot, but sometimes it's human. How does that work?
Yeah, that's a great question. So AI is a much broader, sort of category than chatbots. Chatbot is one way that we use AI or natural language processing. Natural language processing, NLP, just means that we're understanding text and converting it essentially to something that is understandable by the computer. Right. So one good example here where we use AI and NLP that's not a chatbot might be conversation summarization. So if I'm an agent and I get hundreds of emails or even chats per day, or let's say I'm an agent who frequently takes over a conversation from a chatbot because the chatbot is unable to fully answer the customer. I have to scroll through all of the past history that this customer has had, either with other agents or a chatbot. One great application of this technology is to say, let's create, a very short summarization that the agent can read, so that, when you talk to that agent, they don't say, hey, hold on, I'm going to take 5 minutes to review your case here. They say, hey, Dennis, what's up? I know exactly what's going on for you. I don't need to repeat your question again, and I'm ready to go. So there are a lot of ways to leverage AI and NLP that's not necessarily as a chatbot. Chatbot is just one way to leverage it.
And so, perfect, thank you. So in your implementation, when the agents are handy, we're doing that through live human interactions or technology assisted interactions. But are you saying that this underlying technology serves the customer who comes in the middle of the night, and that is a chatbot?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So there's multiple ways to do this. You can have the chatbot, you can have that full sort of natural language chat experience with the bot. And for easy questions, like that resolves 95% of them. I just need to reset my password. If I want to change my order date, like these are things that I do not need to talk to a human for. And I just want a fast, quick response that's accurate. For more complex questions, then yeah, absolutely. Having a great experience when I talk to a person, from the customer's perspective, is priority one.
Got it. I can totally see the potential to all this. How's this GPT solution? How is it being received by your customers?
I think our customers so far are really excited about it. I think everybody sees a huge amount of potential for this to drive efficiency, but also to help them understand their customer service operation better. ChatGPT or GPT isn't just about responding to customers. It can do some really interesting things. It can create summarization. It can do categorization. So if I want to understand why my customers are contacting me, GPT can look at the bulk of all of those conversations. It can be the superhuman that reads every conversation a brand deals with in a day, and it can tell me new things that are happening that I haven't heard about before. It can tell me the main reasons my customers are contacting me. So there are a ton of really exciting applications here for this technology.
The future is definitely bright. I know I've been completely impressed. Just by a little backstory, my little brother, he asked me had I used ChatGPT, and I said no, I wasn't jumping on the trend right away. And I said, why? Is it a cool thing? And my little brother's a marketer as well. And so he said, ChatGPT's been doing all my work for weeks. So I immediately was like, what? And ChatGPT's been doing a vast majority of my work also for the past few weeks. But it's so useful, you know, and I know you're implementing it at scale for businesses, for employee experience, for customer experience. What advice might you have for any business that wants to implement these sorts of technologies?
Yeah. I think one piece of advice I have is to look at the full use case, right? Make sure that you're solving actual problems for customers or internally. Everybody wants to have the cool new technology that's out there, but make sure that you actually have more bang for your buck there than just the wow factor. I would also start small. I'd find a few use cases that work really well, that drive outcomes that you can measure, and then build on that. You have to put this on the front line with customers the first day. You could start with an internal test where you summarize customer conversations, or you do categorization and automatic tagging. I mean, things like this that don't necessarily affect the customer experience, but still drive a lot of efficiency for your organization. So you can start to understand how the technology works, how you can implement it, and how to really get the most out of it for your customers.
Wow, that's great advice. Okay, so Rob, thank you for sharing your expertise with the audience today. You know, I've already disclosed we're partnered. I'm partnered with you, you're partnered with me. The reason I partnered with you is because I wanted to speak to chief product officers, not just salespeople. You know, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day. My question would be just to help you along your journey. In this vast world of business, everyone is at some level in customer experience, different levels, different technologies, different fits. I don't think every group is a perfect solution for another group or technology for an audience. When it comes to DIXA, what is the ultimate fit? You as a chief product officer, in your mind, I just have to imagine you're saying, I built this product for this person or this company, this size challenge. Can you just share with me, if my audience is listening and they're like, I might want that, but is it right for me? What's the right fit for DIXA and the universe?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for us in terms of fit is customer service philosophy. We're looking for brands that really want to differentiate themselves based on the service that they offer to customers. I think if you're coming in and looking to just basically churn out responses as fast as possible and make your customers go away, we're probably not the solution for you. Not that we're not, and not that we're not a super strong platform for being able to do customer service at scale, but because DIXA is really geared towards human interactions, right? It's geared towards a connection between a human and a brand to help that human achieve what they've come to that brand to do. So, anybody can buy a bicycle and get customer service for that bicycle, right? But the brands that we work with, they're biking enthusiasts, right? They want to talk to the best bikers in the world. They want to help them become better. That's the kind of customer we're looking for. It's someone who's looking to make their customer a super person at whatever they do.
I absolutely love that. And I think it underscores why I decided to partner with you as well. I'm the same way. I want to create valuable connections. Rob, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing your time and expertise with the audience. I'm going to add all of your contact information in the description so people can get in touch with you. Any last words of advice that you might have for anyone going out on this journey?
Yeah, I think, a lot of people see these new technologies as a way to replace humans. And I would really challenge companies to look long and hard if that's the right philosophy for you. I think we right now have the opportunities to make humans really excellent at what they do by leveraging these technologies to make them more successful. So I would say that it's not an either or. You either have a great human workforce, or you implement this technology to get rid of those folks. I say you bring them together to really create the strong foundation that you need to differentiate your brand in 2023.
Great advice. Thank you for being with us today, Rob.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
All right, that's it for today's show. Thanks for being here today. As always, leave any questions in the comments. I'm Dennis Wakabayashi, and next week we'll be talking about AI and customer-driven analytics. I'll see you then.